Another edition of Countdown to Kickoff. Let's head out to New York with our guy Steve Politi of the Newark Star-Ledger. Is this the year the Jets get to the Super Bowl, Steve?
Oh boy, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, we've been waiting since the last time man landed on the moon. It's been a long time. I don't know that this is the year. It's going to depend a lot on how much Mark Sanchez has developed in quarterback, in my opinion, because I don't think the team has necessarily improved itself a lot from last year. And, you gotta remember they still finished, while they beat the Patriots in the playoffs, they still finished three games behind them in their own division. So I think the key is, can they finally win the division and get home field in the playoffs? And if they do that, obviously it's going to depend on how they improve at the quarterback position, because I think that's the one area where they can really make a big stride if Sanchez gets better.
Now, this team seems very complete and also very dangerous. What exactly, you said Mark Sanchez, aside from that, what exactly are the holes in this team?
Well, I'm not sure I like what they did on offense in this offseason. And it's funny how people don't view the Plaxico Burress thing as a risky move. Well, they only gave him $3 million and all that. But it's a risky move because, it's been 3 years. They're not sure he can play. And I say that kind of, I obviously exaggerate a little bit. He's he was an elite player before he left, but it's been a long time since he's been on a football field and been productive. So they're going to need him to produce. It's not a situation where, they can hope he produces. He's got to be the number 2 guy. He's got to take pressure off Santonio Holmes. So, I think there's some questions with that. The offensive line doesn't have a lot of depth, which is a big concern. We've seen that already in the preseason. And, there's still some questions even on defense and where they're going to get the pass rush from. This another thing that everybody expected them to address in the offseason and didn't. So I still think there are some holes and some questions about this team.
Now, Rex Ryan is obviously that guy who is clearly a player's coach. In your humble opinion, do you think it is a good thing or a bad thing that he has that sort of relationship with his players?
I don't think there's any question it's a good thing. He has their attention. They like him, from the very start, from when he got there. I think he sort of commanded their respect in a different way, and you have to look around the league to sort of the direction it's going in with players, coaches, and that sort of thing. And I think that he's kind of, the way he galvanizes them and gets them to play hard, and the fact that he's won 4 playoff games already is no small feat either. So I don't think there's any question that it's a good thing, the relationship he has with his players.
Let's head out to our Facebook page, facebook.com/TYT Sports. Elliot Vivid Joaquin asked you, Steve, is the defensive line now solid enough to pass rush guys like Brady and Manning without having to call a blitz?
That's a good question, but, I guess I would have to answer by saying it's kind of the way they play defense. It's not necessarily a blitz, but they bring pressure from different directions. I think that's Rex Ryan's genius. So it makes him a very good coach. Is that it's that they'll line up and they'll just as likely to bring Jim Leonard as they are to bring Calvin Pace. I mean that's kind of what makes them a dangerous defense. So I would be very interested, though, along those lines of that question, to see how that retooled defensive line does without Sean Ellis. When you plug a couple rookies in there, it look good and promising, but still, to see them in actual game action, that's certainly going to be one of the questions.
Ashley Yankees Bombshell, I doubt that's her name, but she has a question for you. Will the newly anointed captain label bestowed on Mark Sanchez improve his confidence and play?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know what that C means. He's I was thinking of it this way, that he has all the ingredients that you want for a franchise quarterback, and the stuff he does in the off season, bringing the entire offense to California and flying those guys in, and the Jets West camp has sort of become a fixture as part of the Jets offseason. He is a leader, a natural leader in that way. Now we got to see in almost every statistical category, he was a bottom third quarterback last year, and people forget that because of, when you win a couple playoff games and get to the championship game, it erases that. But, a guy who was 29th in completion percentage and still, even though he improved, he still threw too many interceptions. And, there's a lot of areas that he can get better. This offense, he should be a 63, 64, 65% passer. He was 54, in that range. That's a big difference. So a lot of that's going to depend on his accuracy. And he didn't, he looked shaky in a couple preseason games. You hate to draw any conclusions based on what happens in the games that don't count. But, the game against the Giants, I was there. He bounced one pass off the back of Santonio Holmes' head and, overthrew Plaxico Burress, which is no easy task. So he's still got a lot of room for growth as quarterback. I don't know if being captain or not is going to help.
Lastly for you, Steve, over under 10 wins this year for the Jets.
I'm going to go with the over, and I know it's been a popular pick to go the under, but I still think they're a very good team, and they're going to be one of the better teams in the AFC. It's just getting over that hump now. People expect. It's funny. The fan base would have been tickled 2 years ago with the championship game. Now that wouldn't be enough. Now this team's got to deliver on it. So it's amazing to think that they could be, a 12-4 team and fall short in the playoffs and to be a disappointing season. But those are the expectations they've created for themselves.